Okay, the last couple of months, and actually for the last 15 or 20 years, a lot of discussion has been bandied about this religious freedom law. And so here at American Truth, I just want to put on the record a little different twist that I think everybody is ignoring and may come back to bite the very people that are most concerned. Before I go on, though, let me just mention one thing. As far as equal rights for gay couples, I'm 100% for it. I think you would find most Americans are for it. And I'll get in the street and protest for that, to make sure that gay couples have equal rights. But when it comes to calling a marriage a same-sex marriage, I got to tell you, there is no such thing. It's a made-up thing, and here's why. For over 2,000 years, for religious people, that word marriage and wedding has had a definition. And the definition of a marriage is between a man and a woman. Now, in the last few years, they've tried to change that. But here's the point. When you, as a group of people, go up and tell another group of people your beliefs, your history for over 2,000 years doesn't count. It's like poking them in the chest and saying, you don't count. We don't care what you think. We want our way. When you do that, you're the bully. You're the bigot. You're the person in the wrong because you don't respect a majority of people whose beliefs go back over 2,000 years. Now, I don't know what else you'd call it. The press isn't going to go that way because that's the OMG, the Obama Media Group, but it's the truth. And like I say, quite frankly, I think if you got away from that, and it's the leadership, not necessarily, I've got a lot of gay friends, and they kind of believe like I do. Hey, all we're after is equal rights. We don't necessarily have to call it a marriage. We don't have to call it a wedding. We just want equal rights. But it's the leadership at the top. And in many cases, they're not gay or lesbian. They're leftist. They're communist. They're, in a lot of cases, anti-American. The leadership at the top is leading you, just like they do a lot of the other people they supposedly look after, down the path, a wrong path. Because I defy any gay or any liberal to stand up and tell me it's okay to tell a group of people, especially a larger group than you, that their beliefs don't count. I don't care about your 2,000 years of history. I don't give a damn about you. This is what I want, and you're going to listen to me. That's what you sound like. You sound like spoiled kids. Now, it may be what you want, and it may be what you would like, but it doesn't make it right to change 2,000 years of history, and especially to do it in a violent, ugly way. It makes you the bully. And I don't think most gay people are bullies. And I think if they stop and think about it, they would understand. And I think most Americans, whether they're religious or not, would understand that you want equal rights. But when you cross that boundary and basically poke your finger in the other person's eye and say, I don't give a damn what you think, this is what I want, and you're going to do it because it's what I want, then you've got a problem. Sorry for the phone, but that's just the way things happen around here. At any rate, and here's the drawback, because eventually it could bite you in the butt. When you irritate a majority of people, it could bite you in the butt. When you listen to the wrong leadership, it could bite you in the butt. Now, right now, personally, I give America about a 20-25% chance of surviving as what it was the first 200 years, because the left has just taken over. But let me clue you. These people that you think are on your side, these people that are pushing this, these people that organize and get the signs out and get the people out, many of whom aren't even gay, the marchers. the people at the top. A lot of them are communist or believe in the communist philosophy. A lot of them back Muslims. So let's say that I'm right and 75% chance that we're going to lose the country as we see it. What do you think is going to happen when those groups take over? Communists, lock up gays. Muslims, kill them. And this is a group you're associating with. A group that doesn't like gays, but uses them, just like they do blacks and everybody else in this country, for their own power grab. Now, that's one scenario. The other scenario is, at some point, there may be a religious leader or a group of people who finally get tired of being poked in the eye and say, we've had enough. We're not going to take it. We have rights too. We have beliefs too. And it's about time we stand up to these people. The anti-religious people, the gays that are pushing something that is, just disavowing more than 2,000 years of history. And what happens if this group, which is considerably larger than the gay community, decides to stand up and fight back? You could lose everything you've gained, and it's just not worth it. Don't be a part of the bully group, because that's what you are when you stand up, and I know most of you don't. I don't think it's the majority, and if it is, it's because they're being led down the garden path. They're followers, not leaders. And I think that if you really back off and look at what you're doing, you may be saying, hey, it's our right. This is what we want. Well, that's great. But what about the other side? You can't say, I don't give a damn about them, and that's basically what you're doing. You're saying, I don't give a damn about the religious people in this country that for over 2,000 years have had a definition for marriage and a definition for weddings. And we're just going to push that under the rug, and we're going to change the definition because we want to. We feel like we deserve it. Don't they deserve anything after 2,000 years of history? You're just going to shove it down their throat? I think if you change your philosophy and say, look, what we really want is equal rights. I mean, after all, what's in a name? Isn't that the truth? What's in the name? Whether you call it a wedding or call it a marriage, well, what's in the name if it's got 200 or 2,000 plus years of history is pretty important. But how important is it to you if you really become the bully, if you really become the bigot, if you really become the bad guy? Is it really that important? Is that what you want to be known for? Because that's what you are. Now, again, because the Obama media group, the OMG in this country, is as far left as you can get to, and they don't understand what's coming down the pike for them, but that's a whole nother issue. We'll talk about it some other time. All I'm saying is give it some thought, because it's going to come back and bite you one way or the other. Either we lose the country as we know it, and it's going to be ruled by leftists who don't like gays, lock them up, and in partnership with Muslims who kill them. Going to be interesting. So think about it. Are you the bully, or are the Christians and the religious people, not just Christians, any religious group, who for over 2,000 years understood what wedding and marriage means? So there can't be a wedding among same-sex couples. It's not possible, because there is and was, and just because somebody wakes up one day and says, we're going to change the definition, and spits in the eye of the majority of people in this country, doesn't make it so. And at some point, I guarantee you, they're probably going to stand up and fight back, because they have a right to. And you have a right to equal rights, and I'll march in the street with you for that. And I think in most places you'll get it. But don't poke the religious people in this country in the eye, which is what you're doing with these protests and these demands. It's not right, and you're the bully when you do it. Have a great day, and think about what I've said.